Right, so we are ready. People have been ready longer than I am, which is about right. Let's flip the camera over to me. Hi guys, and welcome back to yet another live stream with me. So I've been doing a few things today, because now I'm probably my own worst critic, because to be fair, it possibly doesn't actually look too bad, but personally I think it looks awful. I'm going to use the same sort of method that I've done today to do the rest of it, because it'd look even worse if I tried changing now. But now I say it because it's probably because it's not something that it's not how I've done my rocks before, how I've painted my rocks before, so it is a new kind of technique. So it might be that's why I don't think I like it, because it's not the usual me. But if I don't change things around a bit, yeah, I'll just get stuck in my own ways. But we'll have a look at that in a minute. We're going to keep you in suspense for a moment or two and say hello to everyone, and I hope you're all doing well on this brilliant Thursday, because we're coming to the end of week 2 on this whole this whole project, which is awesome. Time's flying by nicely, and things have been progressing quite quickly. So turn the camera to let us see. I will do it in a minute, Joe, but we're going to say hello to everyone first. Just to keep you in suspense. But I honestly think it's a bit... yeah, I'll probably have to grow on it, I think, personally. But anyway, who popped in first? Let's see. We had Kieran, Andrew and Colin, our first guys in, with Pete, David Cook, mate, Joe from Steel Parallel Lines, JD in the glass, lovely. Donegal Dad Mark is in the house, rolling down. Anthony Dodge, good sir. You on tomorrow night, buddy? I think someone has asked you. I'll see you in a minute. You'll say yes. Good evening, Norman Rowe. How we doing? Down, scroll down. Colin, David, Norman, Andrew, David, Tim, JD is in the house. Keep on scrolling. Anybody seen Kathy Millet's late? I'm going to have a check on that. I'm probably after this stream, actually. I used to love playing Halo. Hello. Who else in the house? Right, okay. Paul's in. Everyone likes to be here. They do turn out. I wish I could start at 8 o'clock, but I can't anymore, because that's what time. Between 8 and half 8 is the time we're wrestling Eli upstairs to get him up there and into bed. So it is 8:30. I wish I could start at 8, but hey. Yeah. Digger Evans, good man. John A. Dawson, present but not present. I'll jump when I can. No problem, John. It's got 5x5 by Norman. Excellent. Simon Carter is in the house. Hope you're doing okay, buddy. March West Junction. Thank you, buddy, for popping back. How you doing? Right, Andy Moreland Model Railway. Good man. Fantastic update, mate. Happy birthday from before the video, because that's when you got the 47. He's got a bit of a competition going on, guys, so check out Moreland Model Railway Andy's and enter that competition. If it's anything like me, you might get the wrong number. As long as I've counted the right train, I think... No, I could have it all wrong, but anyway, go over and check out his latest update. Right, Anthony's on, but he's flying solo tomorrow. Excellent, good stuff. Scroll down. Hello, Ewan. Thanks for dropping in, buddy. Hello, Rob Newton. Good evening. Right, guys, I've got down to the bottom of the chat. Hello, Graham from Leamington Station. How you doing? We're going to flip the camera over. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, yeah, and also I kind of finished off around the ash pit area, so we'll have a look at that as well. And hello to everyone in the background. So, Jeremy Freight, how are you doing, good sir? That's a name we haven't seen for quite some time. Hope you are keeping well and busy. Right, let's flick that camera over, shall we? 3, 2, 1. There she is, right. So, just a quick recap. As we all know, these aren't casted rocks. These are my very own hand sculptured rocks. The suspense, Joe, it's here now, it's done. So all of the rock fascia in that lot is my own handiwork. If you were here the other night, it was, God blimey, it feels like a long time ago. So I sculpted it all out with the knife and everything. Oh, sorry, there are 2 bits of rock on there that aren't mine. These 2 bits are bits of slate, so ignore them 2 bits. But I don't know. I've gone for... don't worry about catching up, you'll be here. I think my issue is it's not the type of colour rock I usually like. It's not the method of painting that I'm usually used to. So for me, I kind of it's got to grow on me. We've got a little bit of, let's bring the camera in. We've got a little bit of a lighter red going on in some areas and a bit of burnt umber in other areas. And the green, I've tried to blend in some green towards the bottom because obviously down here is going to be a tidal in and out sort of waves going on. So you should get a hint of green, but I've tried not to go too hard on any colour. I think my problem is it's grey. And where I look at the where I look at what I usually do with a nice sandy and very, very light beige kind of colour, it kind of like, it's getting my eyes to get used to it. But anyway, that was working on the techniques that we're going to use today. Hopefully, if it goes right. well, we never know. Okay, so we're going to be obviously working on these areas here. Just down around here. Now, I'm used to kind of like leaving it as close to this. Now, this is just obviously the plaster of Paris and my India ink sprayed all over it, just to get right in the dark of the crevices and everything. Now, I'm used to a lot of the rock work being like this and a bit more a lighter brown, but that's the joy of mixing it up a bit, I think. So we're going to work on this area tonight, and then obviously over Friday I will then end up doing the rest. So what did we finish from last night? Today, let's take the camera off of that, is the ash pit. Ooh. I got in, added in the bars, I said, the support bars I said I did. And what I gone and took those out. Right, must be the JD. Guys, thank you. What I'm going to do here is I took out the big, if you remember, I used the really fat styrene, evergreen styrene to use for supports, but then, and I think one of you, I can't remember, yeah, that's there just, that's not, you know, that's just there to see how it would kind of like flow eventually. So I took the fat evergreen bits of styrene out, these bits, because I wasn't 100% happy with them. I thought they'd be a good idea, but they weren't. So what I've gone and done is stuck some, I think it was either Stevens or Paul, no, I can't remember whose idea it was in the end, but they said that they'd probably use what they had laying around and it would be old rails. So that's what I've gone and done, is I've gone and got some old rails in and chucked it in, and I spilt some black ink down the back there, kind of like went a bit wrong, but I'm going to patch that up over time. There's some sort of like wonky retaining wall that's falling apart on this end, so we've got to weather that up more towards wood like I like doing, and on this end we've got more of a retaining wall that's doing its job properly, sort of, and the logs. It was Paul, was it? I thought it might have been. But yeah, the rails kind of like give it that extra cool little look. The wood I just tacked with dust and very, very, very light black ink. I say very light, like one smidgen of black ink and a litre of water. But yeah, the logs and that. I need to blacken up the area a bit more because obviously loads of ash has been chucked down there. But for me, I think the ash pit looks quite nice. Maybe a little bit of possibly. I was kind of thinking maybe. So when the rest of the area starts getting built up, like an oil drum, maybe sort of like led down there, and a pallet or something, which the guys are kind of like using the pallet to get up and down, because over the years jumping up and down from there has become a bit of a struggle, so they want some sort of ladder or something going on. I don't know yet. When I start building the rest of the area up, that's when we'll start chucking the other bits in. But tonight we're going to go back down to this area and start painting them. Alright, so let's have a look at the chat, because you guys are really, really nice and everything, and I'm just like a really bad critic for myself. And I think the main thing is, like I said, the fact that it's a new technique. It's not something I'm used to. I want to pick fault with it because I want to go back to doing what I do. Sort of thing. Alright, so let's see. Everyone says it's doing quite well. Jeremy's saying got some catching up to do. No, don't worry about the catching up, buddy. Just turn in whenever you can. Ewan thinks the rocks look realistic, which is fantastic. That's the best start. David's like, what am I on about? I know. I think it's just me. Must be the JD that gets. It's blurred. Yeah, the JD's blurring me vision. Is making me think it looks awful. I think it is the main thing. Like I said, it's something that I'm not used to doing that particular way, so it makes it a bit. Oh, does that actually look good or not? Would look great. Well down, well down. Wonky walls, well, definitely. I don't want straight walls. It's narrow gauge. It's all wonky. I slapped it all together with one nail and a bit of duct tape. I was looking for some Jack Daniels. Am I in the right place? Definitely, but I'm not sharing. Sorry. Right. Hello, Ian. How you doing? Hi, Tim and all who said who's with him. Right, got you. Yeah. Right. So tonight I'm going to look at a couple of a different sort of technique to try and get these rock faces. Now I like this, but this is just like I said. Where's my spray? All it is this brown ink stuff at the present moment. I just sprayed it once, twice, 3 times, and it's kind of built up that kind of layers. See if we can get it. There we are. And like I said, the rocks I've carved out myself. They're not casted or anything. So I'm happy with them. Chuck a bit of dirt around there and that. Okay, so where's my main brushes? There's one. There we are. Right, first of all, let's just clear the area off. We're going to jump straight into a little bit of painting and kind of like an idea of how I'm chucking it together, I think, sort of. This sort of type of thing is, we all heard of dry brushing. This is kind of like wet washing, or what? I can't really try it. But what you do is, let's just say it how we go. I get the area I'm going to work on. Right, let's get the paint ready, actually, because that's always a good start, or we'll be keep dabbing that. Where's the lid? Give us a lid. Let's use that lid. That lid will be fun to use. Alright, so I'm going to start off with, first of all, with an orange brown. Now that's going to hopefully give me the red sienna sort of look. It's meant to anyway. but the wash takes a lot of it away. So I'll dab a bit of that on here. No, I won't. Shake it up first. Alright, spoke to Ed today. He's okay and he hopes to be back with us at some time, but all is well. Okay, so a little bit of orange red here, and also probably around about same amount of water, because I don't want it to be the complete acrylic. I want it to be a wash of such. So we water it down quite a bit. So I'll put that on the side because we're going to start off with that. And then also, where we're going to be painting onto plaster of Paris, it's a good idea to wet it. So if we start off on the area that's closest to me, which is here, we're just going to wet the area, and that way it will help with the wash as such, where usually I just slap on a very watered down acrylic artist paint and let it all go where I want to do. This way round, we're going to pull it in particular areas, and if you can see there, it kind of breaks into the rock. Rather than going snap straight on as with an acrylic, very watered down, it will then just spread into the rocks. And again, if you put too much on like I have there, we can get away with that in a minute by getting back the water like so and just dabbing it away. And a bit of tissue, which I've got here, and it just brings it back down a bit. So it's very, what's the word, forgiving. It's just a much different type of technique I'm used to using. So it's going to take a little bit of while to, one, get used to, and two, like it. I think that's what it is really, what it comes down to. I'm so used to the one way I do it. Why do I want to change it? Well, if I don't learn or do other methods, it's just going to all be the same and be a bit boring. And each particular corner, come back at it with a bit of tissue, just to dab off and dab on, dab off, dab on, add some, take some away. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to work my way round. So if I go quiet, it's because I'm trying to do it, but also keep... It's like watching paint dry. Indeed it is, Ian. Things, if you don't wet it first of all, what happens is the acrylic or the colour kind of soaks straight in, and it doesn't allow you to manoeuvre it or play with it, manipulate it. It just goes straight into the plaster. Like if I did that just down there and left it like that because it wasn't wet, it's difficult to manipulate afterwards. So if you had, like so, and it's just soaked in rather than slapping it on. So there you are. I bet you all kind of thought, oh, Tim's going to do his magic trick again, and he's going to just slap this colour on top of that colour, get out the hairdryer, slap another colour on, and hey presto. Actually, Tim's learning a technique at the same time. Giving it a go. I do think the more I get used to it, then it'd be like, ah. I possibly could wet it with a fine spray hardcore, but once again, I haven't gone out to buy one. The only spray bottles I have are, they've got ink in them, so you could spray it, you could pour the water on. Now, how far did I go with the water? What I'm going to do is just do these areas. Then you'll do the technique again with your next colour. And it's entirely up to you how many colours you want to use. Now, you could... The other thing about spraying the water on, the water, you got to remember as well that the plaster of Paris will do exactly the same to the water as it will do to your acrylic paint. It will suck it in quite quickly. So if you sprayed it on and you were quite quicker than I am at doing this sort of thing, you could probably get away with it. But if you're taking your time like me and still trying to get some bits, and I think the spray water would dry up too quick. Digger's still here, just being on the phone. So I think the spray water might work. You might probably have to spray it a bit more than others. I don't know. I'll give it a go one time and come back to you on that one. Or even better, you guys can give it a go and let me know. And again, just place it anywhere and everywhere. I don't think nature came along and went, you know what, today I just want to place a bit here and place a bit there. I think it just went for it. Okay, so there's the first bit. Bit of drink. Now, the next one is burnt umber. Now, these are going to go into more of the darker colours. So once again, pop it onto my plate. A little bit of burnt umber and lots of water. And then mix it in, because you're wanting to make a very, very runny wash. Runny wash? Well, yeah. Right, and these areas are going to be more of, like, if you look just down here, get in there. Hopefully you've seen that go a bit darker. You can sort of see it to the eye, just not so brilliant on the camera as such. And this will just work its way in to more of the darker areas. Ah, that's the beautiful thing, because I'll get to that layer in just a moment. Luckily, the base colour is already in. So that bit is all dry. Hello, Tris, how you doing, mate? Thank you very much, good sir. We got there in the end. A bit more water, can I? Right, the tones don't drastically look too much at the moment, but that's the beautiful thing. You don't want a drastic, horrid, sudden colour, because let me just get down here. That's where the water or the wash goes in. I'll get the hairdryer out in a minute, Norman. Once I've got the but like you say, yeah, it's easier to leave it for about 20 minutes and then move on to the next one. Where else do I want to go? I want green, more green down here, so that one's, come on. So you're creating the darks and the shade, the shadows and the lights. We'll do the highlights at the end. So hopefully that's already creating a different shade in rock. Because to be fair, it's not a lot of work to go onto it. Just want more dark down under there. Okay, and then last of all, this is the bit that I really don't like. Hello Aaron, how are you doing? It's the green, because if you've got to put the green on, and then you've got to put the burnt umber on top of it just to try and dull it down a bit, or you get this really bright green. Well, it's probably because it's the wrong colour green I've got, but it's the green I've got, so let's get a bit of green, and we're going to use the green obviously down where the river is, because that's where the water will build up. Tide in, tide out, all that horribleness sort of thing. So we want to go and come down here. Possibly down around here. Oh, I've got some bits that aren't glued in or in the way. Yeah. More down along here. Yeah, it looks quite, yeah, it's where the moss would build. It looks quite awful at the moment, but trust me, bear with me a minute, please. Sort of. We're working on it. Now, I haven't got the seabed done either yet, so like I said, working on a small area is quite nice. Right, let's get, oh, I've just lost that paintbrush. Well, let's get some water down there now to thin that out and let it go into the gaps. Now, like Norman said, it's best to let that sort of dry. So, watch your ears, guys. If you've got headphones on, turn yourself down a minute, because I'm about to use the ultimate hairdryer. Okay, once again, sorry about that, guys. Oh, darn it, that paintbrush didn't just fall, it just went. It went. Where did it go? Nobody knows. Right, next one. So now that you've dried it down a bit, whoa, there wasn't many loose bits. There was a couple of loose bits. Right, so now we get the burnt umber once again. And we just go over the top slightly of the green. Really let the water and the wash blend it in a bit, and it darkens it. Or becomes more natural, but having a vibrant green kind of like brings it out to begin with, and as you can see down this area, it's starting to darken up. It's not as bright, but yet I haven't managed to get it quite just down here yet. So add in a bit more. Oh, those bits can just come out, and then that way that's become darker. What was I on about then? Right, then the next stage is obviously I go back to my spray, which is my hello Jason from Quarry Central. How you doing, buddy? I go back to my bit of brown ink, bit of black India ink, and lots of water spray, and we just spray the whole thing again. Awkward having a bridge in the way. So give it a good old spray. And down the bottom there as well. Then, once again guys, check your ears out or cover your ears up, turn down the hair dryers coming on. Whoa, cool, that's got nice and warm in here. Yes, Jason, I've changed the channel name. What gave you that idea? It's got a bella ring to it. TTMA, Tim's Trains, Modelling and Adventures. I did go for the change in the end. Right, so now that we're close to finishing this section, give or take. Time to go, no problem. The last bit you need to do is just the dry brushing, and everyone knows what to do with that. Now I've got like a chalk white to do, so I will dab that down on a bit of a board down here. I'll get my makeup brush. Dab on a lot of white, dab off a lot of white, and then with the makeup brush with the white on it, just dab around the stones. And then they'll pop, just like that. Look at that! I'm impressed with myself. Now the trick to this is you do not want a lot of white on the brush. You want just enough that the ends of the stone are going to pick up, not the whole stone. It's once you've done it several times, you'll get to grips on how much you're going to want. And yeah, dab those stones, dab them good and proper. I mean, it is really simple. You've just got to have faith in what you're doing. Really, just go for it, because at the end of the day, if it goes wrong, just get a tin of white paint and start again. I don't know. Chuffed with myself, changed the cab lighting on the 68 without... Nice one, well done buddy. I look too comfortable with that. If you dab it in the right place, mate, you know what you're doing. So now that looks alright, but like I said, it's got to grow on me. Even the green down below, that's got to come. We've got to fade that down a bit. So once again, you can do this method time and time. It depends on how dark or how light or whatever you want the stone. But for me, apart from that one stone that's sticking out, now probably be able to smudge it away with a bit of not quite. Let's get that paintbrush back that I've lost. There we are, there's one. What colour will get rid of that? I think go for the right, that's better. No problem, Andy. Take care, mate. See you next time. But yeah, all looks quite well. Now, I was asked the other day, I think David Cook asked me, the areas where the plaster of Paris had fallen away when I was carving the rocks, what am I going to do here? Now, there's a bit just here. So, what I will do is find a dud brush. Oh, no, I'll just use that. I'll go straight on and use the nozzle on this thing. There's a bit just here we're going to patch up, just down here. Will that work? I think so. We're going to dob in some glue, pull some more rock away, as you do, you know the drill. Right, get down and dirty from the garden. Put in the oven for a good hour at 200 degrees. Grind some down to go a bit finer. Get some watered down Mod Podge, sorry. No, before you do that, give it a quick spray of IPA or wet water, whatever you want to use. Oh, I'm running out of IPA on that one. Then add in the Mod Podge all the way down. Put in lots of it, and that is how I'll fix the broken bits, and it kind of looks alright. So hopefully the rest of this will turn out quite nicely. Like I said, it's a complete different way to how I usually do the rocks. A little bit here and there just to master it. Now, the last thing you can do if you really want to, I'm still umming and ahhing on this stage, is get some black ink, and I mean water it down. I mean, in there is like lots of water and a teeny weeny bit of ink, and then the last thing you can do is just pour a bit down and let it soak its way down and round. And all that'll do is get into all the darker crevices. And help highlight some of those other bits. Get the water again, that's gone a bit too much. Where's that tissue gone? The horrible looking tissue that I've used a lot of. Dab out some of it that's gone over the top. And then what that ink will do, when that dries, it'll just darken. Especially where they've gone and fallen. As you can see down here, it's going to be wet and ganky down there. So and it'll just darken it to make it look there. And that's all you really need to do. Is I won't show it up there again because they'll overdo it. But again, the last thing now, if it goes too dark like it has done over to the left, right, get your hairdryer back out, or wait. So we're going to get the hairdryer out. Because now that you've let it dry, or got the you've let the ink dry, it's got rid of the sharpness of the dark. Don't want any soaking grannies. So yeah, there you go. Ah, 32 in, 20 likes and 1... Hey, that's alright, we're all doing good. So if my disliker doesn't come back, I'm doing something wrong. It comes back every single stream. But at least he pops in, just to drop the dislike. It's 'cause I'm loved. What's Norman put? Right, cool. Soaked into the granny... Let me pour a drink. Right, we also had a delivery today, which is awesome. Ignore the lead. No, don't ignore him. Don't ignore the person. Big him up. I mean, we love the fact that he or she, or mixed, or unsure, whichever. We just love the fact that they have to come and do it. I'm privileged that I'm on the list to be turned on. Oh, turned on. Oh, I like that. To be turned on just to put the thumbs down. They're going out their way to do that, so we have to give them credit. It'd be awesome if we know who the person is, so we can name them to give the name the credit. So we could just say thank you. Right. So, anyway, that's now all dry in, and it's looking alright. What we got to do is blend it in with dirt, grass, greenery, and all that jazz. But yeah, and obviously do the rest of the rocks. Now, like Norman pointed out, we're going to have some sort of... some sort of waterfall going on here. But... I'm not. I don't know. You all know I completely rubbish at doing water, so there's going to be something. There's going to be a bit tricky for me, but we have got it down in the area for a waterfall as such. Just a small trickle, and what I might do is just make it enough so it just kind of like looks like maybe a pipe. Line water, nothing all too exciting, just something small. And oh dear, don't like me. It's one of those Christmas cracker fish things. Telling your fortune. It's saying no thumbs up for you. Look, see? Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, let's get rid of it for now. We'll get there. But where or what came in the post today then, Tim? Let's have a look, shall we? Right, so there's the... Let's bring it back a bit. There's the first attempt. I must say, the second attempt's a bit better. There's the first attempt. There's the second attempt. There's everything else that still needs doing. I've watched all sorts of waterfall videos, David. I've watched Luke Towney's. I've watched Merkelin, Sweden, Thingy-my-bobby. Yeah, that one. I've watched Cafes. I just cannot. Yeah. It's just something about water. is awful. I just can't do it. What do you guys reckon of the cut down stumps as well? Obviously it's my railway, do what you want, I know, but obviously what's going to happen, this area here where the trestle bridge has been built through, obviously we need the bridge to go over the water, but we've had to cut down lots of trees down this side, and that lot for the bridge to curve right round. So I thought a couple of stumps here and there. I think that would look cool. Right, anyway, so let's jibber jabber on, shall we? We've got a wonky camera. Let's see if I can make the camera a bit more straight so it don't look so bad when the... You like my stubs, do you, Norman? Good. Right, so it turned up in the post today. Here it comes. Do 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 do. Here she is. Oh, that's a bit close. An observation car. Hey, I finally got one. Hello, Tom. Thanks for dropping in, mate. Yeah, open the box. So yeah, the observation car turned up. It's even got a light in it, but I haven't powered the track up or anything because I've got a fair few bits at the other end that I've got to remove. I had to set the printer up today so I could print some things off. And but yeah, we've now got an observation car that will go on the back of the 440. She's all right. Definitely need to go to town with some weathering or something. I really don't like the plain plastic look. When you take a look at some of the other wagons that have turned up with some nice weathering and some nice colour to it, this kind of like lets the side down, I think. Yes, the stumps I literally put on just before I went live, so I didn't have time to go, but they will end up being weathered like the logs underneath the whatchamacallit. But yeah, no, this bad boy turned up. It's got a light. The seats are all in there. Looks cool. I just think it needs to go to town with it. Hello, Rennie. It's kind of, I don't know. We'll come up with something anyway. Just curious, DCC friendly lights. Good question. Now you say that because I believe they should be. Because on the side of the box... Nope, it wasn't this. I don't know, to be fair. I'm not entirely sure. We'll soon find out when they blow. But yeah, anyway, that's the observation car. Bit of work on it. But they're about 60 odd quid these were. What was my one? 49.99 I think it was. They're not cheap for what they are, and considering it's quite plain, although the interior looks quite nice. The interior looks alright. I do think they could have weathered it a bit better. Hello Gareth, how you doing, buddy? And we definitely need to get a bigger train to pull it round because the little porter would just look ridiculous pulling this. So it's definitely the 440. We've definitely gone the 440 with a couple of nice the box car my dad's got and the wagon or something. But yeah. I think it's brilliant. It's just it's too clean. It lets the side down when you consider the other stuff that they throw out. That they bring out. It's they could have done a bit of weathering around the side. Okay, what I'll end up doing, I'll probably probably the best sort of weathering I can do is where's me dirt gone? I'll get me bucket of dirt and I'll just pop this in the dirt and leave it there for a day or two and then bring it out and then seal it with some matte varnish or something. Yeah. Oh, what we got? Just popping in for a few minutes, then I'll move to the background while I work. I'm finishing up quite early tonight, guys, because that was pretty much it. Just the new method of rock painting that I've done. Weather it and it'll be a whole nother video. Dude, we've got, what we on now? The 11th of March. Guys, did you know, right? This time next week, okay, almost, a week on Monday, was FMR's official first day last year, live streaming every day. Is it next Monday? Well, it's around that anyway. Around about the 20th, I think it was. Because it was the official day when we got told, when we were grounded for the first day. And I went live streaming every day from that day. So, you know, it's funny how it's all a year later and we're still here, 20 layouts later, but this time Tim's got some running trains. Use the powders. I will do. I've got a bunch of powders up there. Those things. Got a bunch of those. They'll work on it. But yeah, this whole scene is really coming together. The thing is, I am really worried about the water, the river. I might go along the lines of actually keeping it as a dried river for the time being, and maybe put a twinkle bit of water down there, because it's coming together so well that if I go and pour some resin on it, and it completely balls up this whole area, it's like, oh. Tim JD, you're pretty much right. It'd be the same time this time. Yeah, well, happy firstly FMR Island Scenic / TTMA. Now, to be fair, Island Scenics only went for a little while because we were just moving away from the family model railway thing. But the TTMA, that's sticking forever now. I think it's quite cool. I like the logo as well. And yep, there is the ash pit. I'm actually quite impressed with that, considering. We've got to get some dirt, some ash-like stuff going on down there and some blackness. I got some weathering powder that I can chuck down there. But yeah, that's looking cool. This end bit of the scene. There we go. That area we just painted, that looks alright. Excellent, Tim JD. That's awesome. I might do that. Right, the next stage on Saturday when we come back to this, we will end up doing the riverbed and putting in the greenery. Looks like a fire's come through here. At the present moment it does, yeah. But the greenery will bring it to life, I reckon. So that's what we will end up doing, is the riverbed on Saturday. Need to place a fallen tree. Maybe. I think probably down this area. Towards this bit down here, maybe. A fallen tree down in here or something. Could have come off of there and crashed through the bridge. Maybe like the debris of a train or something as well down there. No. I don't want to overdo the scene, because the scene is going to end up now. This area here, right? Where's my hut? My hut's in the blasted shed, which is a nuisance. Right. We're having kind of like a small hut going down here in this squared area here, which will have like a bit of a platform going down to the water down here. This guy's decided to build a hut on the side, and he's going to be panning for gold. So you'll have that going on, and a few leftover trees up along here with lots of stumps cut away. But yeah, I think we can do something. A year ago today was Anthony's last normal. Well, yeah, it's pretty much a year ago today. People didn't realise what they had or hadn't done. What did you miss? Everything, Timbers. You missed a lot. Now, Gareth, I was going to do the competition, but at the present moment, it'll end up being a 4th project. And yeah, I'd never get it done. Would have been the same that I first found out who Tim was on Jenny's stream. See, Tim JD does sit in Jenny's stream, see? So there's sometimes some good things that come out of it, mate, despite... Right, show. Inked, I'm sure I'm already subscribed to you, buddy. How we doing? We got 34 in, 25 likes. Good, so at least 25 of you liked what I'd done. It has worked out quite well. Like we say, it's not my usual method. It's worked. I'm still on the fence with it. A lot of my live streams, I removed a lot of my live streams, Jason, from ages ago. A lot of my videos and that lot all got taken away. $27 likes. Good stuff. Right. Here we go. Coming towards the end of the video now. Shameless promotion. Guys, massive thank you to all the channel members. This is going so well. It's ridiculous. It's really is great. We got 23 members at the present moment. You guys help a lot at the present minute. And it goes a very long way to getting extra stuff for the railway. Also, guys, the best people are the ones that subscribe, the ones that keep coming back, joining with the chats and everything. You guys are also really amazing, like it says there. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and the little bell for upcoming things that are coming on. It's awesome and that lot to have you guys around. And the last bit is there's a link in my descriptions where you could, if you want to get yourself a mug or a t-shirt or something. That also goes a long way to help support it. Anyway, less of that rubbish. It's all about having fun here, doing it not necessarily the right way, but still coming up with some cracking end results, I think. Although I'm still on the fence with the rock. Give me some time and I'll get there. But I think it is all down to the fact it's not the way I usually do things and all that. Hi Paul, and I'm afraid bye. We're finishing up tonight on this one because yeah, I will catch you all guys Saturday night at 8:30. Don't forget, guys, tune in to Anthony Dodge tomorrow night around 8:30 GMT time, which I think's 3:30 his time. which is some other time where you may be. But yeah, he's got episode 9 coming out, which should be awesome to watch. But yeah, guys, you're awesome and all that. Catch you all soon. Do, 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 do.